welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today my video is on exes exposed. Yikes. And like first I want to say, like, I can't really expose my exes without exposing myself, so I just wanted to put that in there. So it's gonna be a lot of me telling stories of my relationships. And so the first one I want to talk about is the relationships I had with guys, and this was back in middle school, so it was high-key a joke. Yeah. So like I dated two guys, and I never did anything but kiss them, like, and I only kissed one. So it's like, did we really have a relationship? Were we really that serious? Probably not. So the first guy that I dated in high school, I dated him twice, once in 7th grade, and his name is Kamari. And then after him, I dated Michael, and like me and him dated for a long time. Like we dated for 8 months, maybe longer. And like we would text, but I feel like it was just like dry. Like I don't even know. I feel like maybe because I wasn't that interested in guys, you know. Yikes. But yeah, we didn't like talk a lot. And then like the only thing I remember about us is that like I went to his house for around Christmas time when we had Christmas break, and we exchanged gifts, and it was like that's the only thing. And I feel like our moms wanted us to be together more than we actually wanted to be together. So I remember like breaking up with him. And then I dated Kamari, and yeah, that went south too. Again, a joke. So then I'm just gonna tell this one story about how he cheated on me. He's probably the first person to ever cheat on me, like at this point, because I was in middle school. So I just remember, like, I was a cheerleader, he was a football player, and it was like I like kissed him that night. It was a Friday. I kissed him that night, like under the bleachers and stuff. And then like we went home over the weekend, came back to school the next day, and people are coming up to me like, oh, did you give Kamari that hickey on his neck? And you know me, I'm looking like, hickey on his neck? Huh. One, I did not see this man over the weekend, so we're wondering. And so like I'm just like, what? So I had to, you know, I don't want it. Your price, you need to cut it. I had to hit him with that, because I wasn't about to be cheated on and then be with somebody. I wasn't with that. I was not with that. I was not going to be with a fool for nobody. And so like I broke up with him, but his friends it be these niggas' friends that be trying to get you to be with them, knowing they did you wrong, or knowing that they did this and that and XYZ to you behind your back without you knowing. But they niggas' friends will smile in your face, dap you up, talking about this and that, talking about be with him after he didn't ran game on you. So like his boys were telling me that, oh, he burned himself with a straightener. Now y'all tell me, because first of all, he had no hair, so he had no business with a straightener. So I was not about to be a dummy for anyways. So anyways, let's move on. So then on to the first girl I dated, and her name's Alexis. And I was a fool for her, like boo-boo the fool for her. Like, you know how I was a fool, like, and like she literally made me look dumb all the time. Like we were talking most of the time, but she would always be like boy crazy. I'd always walk around the corner, see her with this boy and that boy, but when we go home, she's texting me like, oh, I want you, I miss you, I love you. Because you know, back then we was throwing that love word around like it was just anything. I'm not even gonna lie. But like, so she was just playing me. And then I remember I invited her over to stay the night, and like she came and stayed the night. And this is where my first heartbreak, I swear. I invited her to stay the night. Like and you know, like when you're with someone and like you ignore the signs and the things that they're doing because you really like them and you just don't want it to be true. And yeah, that was me. that was not my greatest time. But she was like, she would like, I would go upstairs and then I'd like come back down and I'd peep her and my brother in the kitchen, and I'm like, you know, I'm like, no, she wouldn't do that. Anyways, so we're like laid up on the couch, you know, cuddling, we're watching TV. And then like my brother laid on the floor right beside us. You know me, I should have knew what was about to go on. But you know me, I'm just sitting there acting like I don't peep nothing. So then we're cuddling and something touches my leg, and I'm like, I just know this is not my brother, bro. Touching my leg, trying to feel for Alexis. But you know me, I just ignored it. And then, you know, she went home the next day. We get back to school, and, you know, people always knew what happened before I did. Like, that is a fact. I was just like, wow, I'm a dummy, bro. But I was a dummy. I was a real dummy. And then, like, people are like, yeah, Alexis got fingered by your brother. And I'm like, so first of all, like, she could have went her whole life without anybody knowing. Like, she could have, seriously. But she obviously told someone who told me. And so, you know, I had to, like, I was, like, done talking to her for, like, a week. Like, I did not forgive her. I remember crying, bro, over her. But then my brother, like, not my brother, but then she, I forgave her, like the dummy I was. And, you know, we were still, like, on and off. She's still texting me, but, you know, playing me with these guys. And then one day, she asked me if she should get the side of her hair shaved or get a mohawk. And I really sent her off. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I sent her off to get her head shaved, and she got a mohawk. Her boyfriend broke up with her that day, and that day she asked me out. I found a note in my locker talking about, will you be my girlfriend? And you know me, I was like Kate, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend. And we were together for like probably like 3 days before she was on. And the next girl I was with, which I could not wait till just a new girl came around, and she did, and her name was Alex, because I could not wait to just get over Alexis. And so, like, when me and Alex like were together, I was literally like, that was probably the closest to like a real, not even real relationship, because we were really in middle school, like on some kiddie stuff. But like, she made me forget all about Alexis, and like, she was so cool. And we were together for like almost a year, and we probably could have been together longer, but let me just get to that. So like, me and Alex were, you know, a keen, and we were like going to the movies and stuff, and it was nice, you know. But then like, I went to high school. She was still in 8th grade. She would come to our school in the morning for like Spanish, and like, this is when we got back to school, because over the summer everything was cool. We were, you know, together. Nothing could break us, period. But you think that until you're broken. And then she would come in the morning and then act like she didn't know me, act like I was just nobody. And also, texts got shorter, so you know they was getting longer with someone else, period. So I was just feeling like a dummy, like, and I remember being in class one day, and I was telling my friend Sequoia about this, and she's like, girl, you're not about to be no dummy. We're not about to do this. You deserve better. And she was just hyping me up. And literally, we were leaving class, and I knew Alex was walking the same way. So, you know, I'm hyped up. I'm ready. So I go up to Alex, and I'm like, you think I'm a game? You think I'm this, I'm that? I said, you know what? We're done. And I walked away. She was with her friends, so basically I humiliated her in front of her friends, bro. And then later that night, I was like realizing what I did. Like, it didn't get to me, but I was realizing like, oh, you really just broke up with her and humiliated her in front of her friends. And I'm like telling her, I'm so sorry, this and that. And she's like, nope, you ruined it when you decided to say all this, and you wish you never met me and this and that. And I was like, I was salty for real, because you know when you say things you really don't mean, you just be in the moment. Well, that's what I did, and I was pressed because she would not take me back. Like, she did not mess with me after that, like, at all. Like, now we're friends. Like, that's really my friend. Like, because it's, like, years later, and we're cool. But it took us a long time to, like, get here. But we're cool. We're real cool. Like, she's really my good friend. And, yeah, that was just, yikes. Wow. Not another one of my best times. The next girl I was with, her name was Brooklyn. And it was like a summer thing. Yeah, it was really like a summer thing. She was a senior. I was a freshman. And it was just like, I remember, like, we played basketball together. But, like, I didn't even think of her like that in basketball because we weren't close. But then when we were in track together, like, we were close. And so, like, it was just, like, I was like, this girl, like, I really like her. Like, she's everything. And so, like, I would start asking her, like, oh, can I sit with you in the back of the bus, this and that. And then like, one night, I was texting her talking about, I like you and this and that. And she was like, you cannot like me and this and that. And at the end, she was right. But you know me, I'm a freshman, I'm a kid. I'm trying to keep be with somebody or whatever. But then, like, we would sit on the back of the bus, you know, had our first kiss back there. Wow. And she was really the first girl I ever really did anything with. Anyways, but, like, then, like, the summer came and she was going to college, you know, but we spent the summer together, and we were, like, we didn't really date, but we talked. You know how that is. And so, like, she would come to my house. She worked in Columbus, and she would come to my house and she would sit outside. Like, we'd sit in the car and we'd talk. And it was really a great time. And I just remember, like, one time when she told me, like, oh, I can't see you on your birthday. So I had made plans with my other friend. I was, like, sad about it. And then I remember I'm getting ready to go with my friend. And she calls me and I'm like, hello? And she's like, come outside. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean come outside? Like, what? And then I go outside. She's outside my house. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So she, like, surprised me. And she brought me, like, this To Die For cupcake, which is, like, a huge cupcake. It's so good. I recommend To Die For cupcakes. Then, like, she was like, we could have went to the movies. I was trying to surprise you. And I'm like, dang, I already made plans. I can't cancel them. I was about to cancel my plans. But, hey. So, yeah, like, it was nice. It was nice. It was a nice thing, you know. But, you know, everything has an end, honestly. So then, like, she went to college. And, like, we were still, like, together or talking for the most part. And then, like, probably, like, 3 weeks into college, she was just like, you know, like, I don't want to hurt you. And I feel like it's best if we're, like, if we, like, end things because, like, I don't want to hurt you. And I respected her so much for that. Like, at the time, like, I was hurt. I was so hurt because I'm like, dang, like, she really made me feel good inside. Like, and then she just, like, she goes to college. Like, but I understood because she told me, like, Ariana, I don't want to hurt you. And, like, that was the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Like, at the end of the day, like, she was the realest. She is the only person that I've ever been with that's been real with me, like, in the end. Like, and then, so now we're friends. Like, we're cool. Like, I mean, it took a while for us to get here. Not gonna lie. But we are cool. So, we are, yeah, because of the time, I had to split this video into 2 parts. So, just when you think it's over, it's not. You need to watch part 2 right now. Right now, don't do anything else. Go watch part 2 and see about the rest, because who knows, you might miss something. I'm not going to say too much on here, but watch part 2.